Ladies and gentlemen, Ezinne.
Greetings, reference all over the world. My name is Ezinne, and I want to dedicate this song to my able director, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for his love, his kindness, his faithfulness, Choose we the Biafrans. I see Michukwu Kabiama continue to bless, protect him, and guide him from the eyes of our foes. I also want to appreciate my family, the great family writers. They have been wonderful through their articles. I see Michukwu Kabiama continue to give them more intellect to write more. Thank you all. When he spoke, the world trembles. What he said is truth indeed. Heels and chance to set me free. Heels and pens to dry my tears. We Biafrans are grateful for the love showed on us. And thank you for keeping Kabiama to send in the sun.
Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, you are the one. Nnamdi Kanu, you are the one. You are the one. Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, you are the one. Nnamdi Kanu, you are the one. We got this.
Confession to all who pants for my sake. Thank you for Kabiama for sending the sun.
Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu,
you are the one.
Nnamdi Kanu, you are the one. You are the one. Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, you are the one. Nnamdi Kanu, you are the one. You are the Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, you are the one. Nnamdi Kanu, you are the one. You are the one. We Biafrans are grateful for the love you've shown on us. And thank you, Koki Kabiama, sending this song. Of course, we are grateful to Chukwuka Kabiama for sending his son to rouse the Biafran people. No other person but Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. This is Radio Biafra Israel for the avoidance of doubt, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London, being anchored by the deputy leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Uchu Kafomefo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. He's the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. A father to all of us all, I must assure you that. He's standing in the deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the prince of Afari Ibeku, heir to the throne of Ibeku kingdom. Ibeku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State, and Abia State is Biafra land. We are so grateful to the Almighty Creator, Chukwuka Kabiama, who has sent his son, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, to go ahead the Biafran people, leaving his comfort zone. Everything that meant or that has value to him, he abandoned all of them. And I tell you, wherever he lead, we will follow. Any decision, anything he say, that is how it's going to be. Who would have believed a man like that will come and speak for us in a time like this? And I should say forever we are indebted to him. We appreciate Chukwuka Kabiama, the one who sits in heaven and preside over the affair of man. For in the end, he is the lifting up of our head. For we do not look up to the hills nor to the mountain. For our help does not come from any of them. Our help comes from the God, the Creator, that made heaven and earth, Chukwuka Kabiama. I lift up my eyes to the hill, from where cometh my help. My help comes from the Lord, he who made heaven and earth. I lift up my eyes to the hills, from where cometh my help. My help comes from the Lord, he who made heaven and earth. For the Lord will keep us from all evil, he who made our lives, he who made heaven and earth. Anyị na-aja ya mma o, maka n'eziokwu ọ bụ sọ mma o, ịhụnanya ya na-enaghị ubi ọma ya, o juru anya daji o, inweghị mgbanwe o, ọ dịghị onye dịka gị, ịbụ Alpha na Omega. Anyị niile na-asị na ịdị mma o. I remain George Unibe. I am from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. I should assure you, every piece of land in Delta State is Biafra land. And once again, I welcome you to this segment. Without wasting much of our time, we shall go to our topic this evening, which is simply a moment of reflection as a Biafran. A moment of reflection. You know, sometimes we get so busy, we get so occupied or preoccupied, as the English may be, that we begin to lose focus, we begin to lose meaning to life itself that we hold so dear. But you know, I must assure you, sometime in order to cover more ground, you need to pause. Tonight, let us pause a little bit. Because the journey ahead of us, believe me, it's not going to be easy. We never said it will be easy. The journey ahead of us is not something that we wish for. They threatened us and said that their bullet will blot out the sun when they will shoot at us. And we tell them we will fight in the shade. For in the end, the world will bear testament to one single truth, that we are not here to conquer anybody. We want our life back. And I can assure you, because of the issue of Biafra, the world is on trial. Understand, all of you have what it takes to stop this evil or to silence us forever. But we shall see how it ends. A moment of reflection to Biafrans. And then let's pause a little bit. A lot of things are happening. Our food are being poisoned. Drinks are poisoned. They have laid siege for us in our own land. Our land is under military occupation. And then there are those who call us friends and family members, but they will be very grateful if they can get rid of us. They just say, let's kill them. Let's wipe them out. And sometimes we are not seeing it. We've gotten used to suffering. And it looks like it's a way of life. We have gotten used to intimidation and harassment. And we could only wish that God will come and save us one day. Believe me, he will come. And he's here already. If you can open your eyes and you watch closely, you will see that he's here. He will come and save you. He will come and save you. Open your eyes and see. The Lord will surely come. He will come and save you. Sometimes we are preoccupied with things that don't matter, and then when he comes, most of them will leave. We miss that time. Let us realign our timing to why we are here in the first place. And that is why I said tonight, let it be a moment of reflection. But of course, before we move ahead, our Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will be on air tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama to address Biafran. Biafran time, 7 p.m. And of course, you ready. As always, the word from the throne of grace, Chukwu Okike Abiama, it shall hit all of us. For the way of the Creator is not the way of man. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are his ways and his thoughts. And then some thought he's going to come shivering with anointing. But go back and ask Elijah. For when he waited to hear the voice of the Creator, he saw thunder coming, but he was not there. Storm and lightning came, he was not there. Wind came, rain fell, earthquake came, but God was not there. until a still small voice. And there he was. The Lord, the Creator, Chukwu Okike Abiama, have been communing with all of us. He has been speaking to us, but we have chosen to listen in different patterns. But yet he has spoken once and we have heard him twice. That in the end, power belongs to him and him alone. A moment of reflection as a people of Biafra. As this may help us to begin to truly reevaluate our stand, so that we may truly appreciate where we are today as a people. We must appreciate the leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Believe me, in our very lifetime, I never knew that small star called Nigeria would be brought to her knee. I never knew, honestly. Without AK-47, she's on her knee already. Without AK-47, the ministers of Nigeria are there spreading virus across the globe. Britain taught them corruption, but they are more corrupt than Britain. Is Britain not wonderful? But of course, we must reevaluate our stand. A moment of reflection. Let us consider certain things. If you are going to bed now, you think over it. Depending on your time location, you are in the daytime, you walk over it. And then maybe you begin to see reasons. You begin to comprehend. You begin to see the reason why we do what we do. Honestly, there are certain things the leaders of IPOB has gone through. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has encountered. And if he's still talking about Biafran today, it could only be an act of God. It could only be an act of God. I tell you, Nigeria will not survive it. In the first instance, what is the real reason behind the liquidated road in Biafra land? I want us to reason. I want you to look at Biafra land. Those of you in Biafra land. I want you to look at the road, the liquidated road in Biafra land. Let's analyze it. Why is it this way? Now, how many roads do we have in Biafra land? The major road is the East-West road. The East-West road is the only road that connects the south, as they call you, or invariably Niger Delta. You have only one road that links you. It is called the East-West road. This East-West road has been under construction almost 22 years now. And they are still constructing the road. Is it taking us to heaven? The last time I checked, the East-West road starts from IBB Road in Benin City. I'm supposed to end in Cross River State. But as I speak to you, it is still under construction. You get from Benin, you get to Warri. The moment you get to Warri, approaching Patani Aziz, the road is gone. Ahoda, the road is not there. Most of the bridges along this road has not been constructed. You get to River State, you get to Tank, Rumukurushi, the road is gone. And then you move to Eleme Junction, the road is gone. And then you go to Eleme Borokiri, there is no road. And then you cross Uguni and the rest of them, there is no road. We will not talk about the sorrowful state of the East-West road in Cross River State. For almost 30 years now, this road is under construction. What is the problem? Let's think about it. Does it mean the resources being stolen from Biafra land is not enough to tie this road? But come to think about it, why is Julius Berger not longer tying the road in Biafra land? We will not go there yet. And then you look at the road that link the southeast and south-south together, which is the Lagos, or anyhow name they choose to call it, Port Harcourt-Aba Road, or Aba-Port Harcourt Road, as the case may be, as a link to any place, they begin to give them concocted name. What is really happening? And traveling from Port Harcourt to Aba, if you are able to drive 30 Did I say 30 kilometers, half kilometer without gallop? It is like you have to give testimony. Are we talking about from Port Harcourt to Imo State? If you are not kidnapped by police with POS on the checking point, and then you have to give testimony. Why is repairing the road in Biafra land becoming a problem? I want us to consider it. We were here when Abuja was built. Port Harcourt was there when Abuja was built. Abia State was there when Abuja was built. Delta State was there when Abuja was built. Bayelsa State was there when Abuja was built. And somebody's going to say no. But of course, if there were River State, then there were Bayelsa State. Until late Abacha stupidly organized something they call 1 million man march for Abacha in Abuja. The River State Biafra man would not have seen the truth. Because the awakening of the Niger Delta, as they call themselves, was when late Abacha organized 1 million man march in Abuja. And then they saw the power of the oil for the first time. And I'm happy they never go to sleep till today. But it's amazing how beautiful Abuja looks. It is amazing how they are trying to, in fact, they built Third Mainland Bridge in less than 1 week. In all my life, they have been deceiving us with Second Niger Bridge, Second Niger Bridge, Second Niger Bridge. But in less than 1 week, the longest bridge in West Africa was built in Lagos by Babangida. You call it Third Mainland Bridge. And now let us sit back and say, what is the problem? Why is it that the issue of dilapidated facilities, road in Biafra land continue to increase? What is the problem? Does it mean because Biafra land is a swamp? But we have granite in Ebonyi State. We have granite in Anambra State. We have granite in Enugu State. We have 3/8 in Bayelsa. We have 3/8 in River State. We have 3/8 sand and more in Delta State. We have cement in Benue State. We have cement in Ebonyi State. We have cement in Biafra land. Or is it asphalt? We have asphalt coming out in my village. Everywhere in Delta State, you have asphalt coming out from the ground. Is it the manpower? Can somebody please call when our lines are open and give me the reason why our road must be in this sorrowful state, except there are people who has ensured that this road will not be tied. Honestly. Oh, it's our politicians, they are eating money. It's okay. But why is it that only the politicians in Biafra land are eating the money meant to tie Biafra load? Something is wrong somewhere. Moment of reflection. Oh, ye Biafrans. I understand the Bayelsa you know today is the handwork of Ala Messiah. I understand the Bayelsa you know today, Ala Messiah built it. And I understand British government tagged Ala Messiah as a criminal because he built Bayelsa. Those who are Angel has not done anything. No. And a company like Allstate Trust Bank, headed by Banugo, who helped Ala Messiah to build the Bayelsa you see today, were destroyed by Obasanjo. They took his bank from him. If not for certain reason, Obasanjo was so desperate to destroy Ala Messiah, Banugo. And so Allstate Trust Bank was taken from him. Retraco Construction Company was taken from him. Havalonge Water Company was taken from him. Everything he lived for. I wonder where Banugo is today. But grace kept him alive. Obasanjo was so determined with British government to destroy Ala Messiah. How dare you develop Biafra land? And of course, the Delta State you see today is the handwork of Iburi. I give it to them. They are all criminals. Honestly, I give it to them. But at least criminals who develop their place. But they have not stolen half of what El-Rufai has stolen. They have not stolen inch of what Obasanjo have stolen. They have not stolen like Buhari, late Buhari. Have they stolen up to imposter in Aso Rock? But they call it hate speech because you are saying the truth. I think Iburi is still going to court. But today that you get to a Japa Junction and there is a road for you to follow, that Agofure Park has somewhere to drive in today, that today there is road to Lake Harbor, at least Quack Road anyway, you give it to Iburi. but he's a criminal. Can you tell me what they have done to remember Simon Bakwe? I think his widow is still very hungry there. They don't celebrate her. How dare Simon Bakwe develop Biafra land? And you go back to the history, and maybe you begin to understand why we have so much dilapidated road in a very sorrowful sight. I didn't say anything. I say moment of reflection. Could it be our politicians are corrupt? Could it be there is another agenda behind it? Because I thought it was rehabilitation, reconstruction, and then reintegration. What happened to the arrows? Just waiting for answer anyway. Because if we do not reevaluate us, sometimes we begin to lose focus while we are here. Why is it that it's so difficult to open our seaport? You really don't need to build anything to open a seaport in Biafra land. Mary Slessor, Mongo Park, Landa Brothers, Terrorist Lugard, Flora Shaw, Theresa May, Rolale Didan, Margaret Thatcher, Peter Buota, David Cameron. All of them came through the Calabar port. They didn't cast anything. They actually knocked stick on the ground and anchored their ship to the stick. And yet, through this port, they could loot anything lootable, kidnap anything kidnappable. But today, the Nigerian government keep promising you, oh, the Port Harcourt port is going to be open, and you keep rejoicing all your life. We've been hearing this story over and over and over. Of course, it is still working, but it is open to enable them collect settlement. Because most of the oil companies in Nigeria, both the Chinese oil company, the American oil company, they go there to pay settlement. Don't let anybody deceive you. It is open to collect tax, title, return from those stealing oil from Biafra land, not for your goods to come in. Medias don't go there. They don't want you to know what is happening there. You can bring in your goods from there, but you will pay heavily or your goods will be seized. Can somebody tell me why Calabar port cannot function? I thought it bordered the Atlantic Ocean. Can somebody tell me why there is no seaport in Rivers State? The only attaché seaport you have is actually meant to service Atiku Intel, Atiku Petrochemical, Atiku Mechano Generator. It is meant for Atiku to steal. The Calabar is meant for the colonial terrorists to steal on notice, while the one in Rivers State is meant for Atiku and Fulani to steal anything from Biafra land. Can somebody tell me why River Ethiopia and other seaport in Bayelsa cannot work? The seaport in Delta cannot work? Can somebody tell me why everybody have to go to Lagos to the extent that you have seaport inside Sambisa forest, inside desert? Can somebody please tell me? Because I am beginning to wonder. It's unbelievable. And they tell you, no, we are thinking about it. The senators are not moving motion. They are not making effort to see this seaport become functional, because they feel we will be empowered. But even if they open it tomorrow, they will not allow us to gain employment. Can you tell me how many communities that have oil today that have their children representing them in the oil firm? They are not there. All the oil companies in Nigeria have 90% of Yoruba as their staff. And of course, you must be a Biafran with extraordinary knowledge or ability to destroy your people. You must be a saboteur, serving the interest of the colonial master, or you have a standing knowledge. Please, can somebody please call in and tell us, why is it impossible to have a seaport in a piece of land that borders with Atlantic Ocean? I don't know. I think there is something we don't know. We really want to know. Honestly, moment of reflection. You go to Tinkan, Apapa Wharf. There are container ships that will not offload even the next 1 month because they are congested. Before, they used to move them to Cotonou, Benin Republic, and offload. And then they still use trailer to begin to bring them into Nigeria. Now they block the border. And so all of you must go through Lagos, Yoruba collecting 10%. and you're going to pay transport fare. Can somebody please tell me if Mongo Park, Landa Brother, Mary Slesso can come in through this port, Onitsha port, the river they are gradually, systematically filling? Can somebody tell me what the problem is? We just have to think anyway. Can somebody actually tell us why the roadblocks and barracks in Biafra land is overtaking companies and industry? The only investment that Nigerians think about bringing to Biafra land, you have Boko Haram Navy training ground, army shooting range, checking point, Operation Show of Power, Egueke, Egu I. The only thing they can think of bringing here is checking point. Everywhere show of power. Can somebody tell me why there is checking point anywhere? We've not started civil disobedience. We've not started fighting anybody, because we shall. But let's just think about it. Those of you in Abuja, please travel from Abuja to Kano or Kaduna. There is no roadblock. The distance from Abuja to Kano or Kaduna is more than the distance from Edo State to Burukiri in River State, or to Ubobura in Cross River State, or Akankpa, or Ugeb. You will not see a checking point. If you ever sight a police van along the road, they open their bonnet, open the door, and they are sleeping. But this is Boko Haram zone. Can somebody tell me why every 2 feet in Biafra land is a checking point? Every community in Biafra land have a barrack. I'm just asking, I'm just checking. I don't know. You know, we didn't go to school. But honestly, I think we deserve to begin to reevaluate this thing. Something is wrong somewhere. You think it's normal thing? No, you think it's normal thing that police will come out at the middle of a community, make sandbag, and then block the road, and then begin to obtain us. And then some people think they are protecting us. And by this time now that there are no movement of vehicle, they will take the same gun and start robbing all of us. They are the kidnappers. They are the Boko Haram. We have oil, and the capital or head office of all this oil company is either in Yoruba land or in Hausa Fulani land. The only thing they give us is Same Barak and checking point. I don't understand anyway. Can somebody justify that reason? Because it's very important. A moment to reevaluate our stand. I'm talking to Biafrans. Honestly, why is the Fulani herdsmen running rampage in Biafra land, killing as many as they can with boldness, with impunity? I don't understand. Fulani herdsmen, only God knows whether they are coming from Niger Republic, whether they are coming from Sudan or Saudi Arabia. They running rampage in our communities, killing everybody. You can't even question them. You can't even talk to them. Because there are some supposedly Nigerian army who are there to shoot all of you. The moment you talk to them, they are running rampage. And it's unbelievable. I heard people telling our people on radio, they are advising them, please, oh, don't go to farm alone, oh, please, oh, don't go to farm alone, oh, when you are going to farm, oh, please, oh, gather yourself and go to farm. And it sounds like an advice. It sounds like an advice, but something is wrong, and I hope you can place it. This same Boko Haram move around with AK-47. These same Boko Haram are reincorporated into Nigerian army or reintegrated. This same Boko Haram are Nigerian army, they are Nigerian police, they are Nigerian Air Force, they are Nigerian Navy. This same Boko Haram are killing people. This same Boko Haram, Osibanjo, a redeemed Christian pastor, supposedly vice president of Nigeria, said that they are our fellow countrymen. This same Boko Haram, we don't know who they are. These same Fulani herdsmen are not terrorists in Nigeria. Miatiala, they are not terrorists. But IPOB is a terrorist. Shame on all of you. But it's a hate speech. He just said the truth in Nigeria. It's a hate speech. But they forgot that truth is treason in the empire of lie. When you say the truth in Nigeria, you will be charged for treason. But they are upgrading. They are sending us back to Timberland. Hallelujah. But honestly, let us reevaluate our stand. Why is Nigeria desperately working hard to make sure that there is no electricity? Why are they working hard to ensure they destroy educational sector deliberately in publishing our citizens? Why? Honestly, Nigerians have everything it takes not only to generate a self-renewable energy source of electricity, but they have what it takes to give electricity to every country in Africa. But why is it we don't have light? They deliberately make sure you don't have light. Why? They want you to remain perpetually poor. You give them light, they're going to do a lot. They are deliberately discouraging you from going to school, then by concocting different set of education. Just confusing everybody. And I can assure you, it is a sorrowful sight. They are deliberately impoverishing you. Look at every policy that late Buhari started implementing. Look at every policy that this current government led by an imposter from Sudan is implementing. There is no single one of the policy that are meant to empower you, alleviate the plight of the people. Every one of them is actually designed to make you poorer. When they came to power, they said, we close foreign transaction. And so your ATM in Nigeria cannot work in Ghana, even though it is the same bank. And people thought he's trying to control loot. But we don't loot. We work hard for our money. But of course, they all have private jets. They use it to steal our money. And then they got to a stage. They say every money you withdraw, they will take 60 naira. And so when you withdraw 50 naira, they will take 60 naira. We complain for a while and we move on. But today, even the policy of taxation has increased. They bill you so much for dollar exchange. They make you drag with you minimum wage to impoverish you. Why are they so anxious, so desperate to make sure you remain poor? I hope somebody will be able to answer me. Nigeria are the only people who are proud. Nigerian leaders, I mean. Our people are poor. Our people are poor and they are very happy. I remember Abacha was asked some time ago and said, do you know Nigerians are suffering? Abacha said to them, the last time I checked, I've not seen any Nigerian eating from dustbin. Not until then, Nigerians are not suffering. Obasanjo said the same thing, or is it Babangida, that as far as we can buy a bottle of beer, you cannot agree that we are suffering. This is how evil they are. Can somebody please tell me? The people who allocate to themselves furniture allowance, girlfriend allowance, tissue paper allowance, air condition allowance, police dog allowance, motor allowance, pint allowance, in fact, even fresh air allowance. But yet they make sure civil servants are not paid. Honestly, can somebody explain all these things for us? Because we're actually looking for reason why we must stop this agitation. And maybe when our lines are open, you tell us, maybe we have to stop, honestly, and let's enjoy the suffer. Or maybe we have to push hard and push these people back to hell where they are coming from. Can somebody please actually explain to us what is actually giving the Nigerians the mindset, the Fulanis, the Yorubas, to look at you and tell you that they are born to rule? They look at you and say, we are born to rule. And they just look at you and say, you are an infidel. What is giving them the mindset? Who are they born to rule? Are they really born to rule us? And then why are they ruling us? Have you ever wondered what is giving them the mindset? Honestly, we need to pause and reevaluate our stand. Is that the right thing? Are they actually born to rule us? They look at us and they despise us. They look at us and say they will suffer. And then behind, you are Yoruba church. And somewhere along the line, you can't see clearly any longer. I don't understand, please. This is a moment of reflection. Honestly. Why are they afraid of Biafra agitation? But they are not afraid of Fulani herdsmen. Fulani herdsmen can burn down half of Nigeria. Nigeria will tell you, yes, we are defeating them technically. We are negotiating with them. They even snap with Boko Haram. What is making them so much afraid? The name Biafra terrorized them. The name Biafra hypnotized them. The name Biafra make them to run temperature. The name Biafra, or the mindset that we are still here, it makes them uncomfortable. Let me ask you, as a world leader, as a sovereign nation, when Nigeria come to you and say, help us stop IPOB, when Nigeria come to you and say, help us kill Igbo man, when Nigeria come to you and say, help us destroy this agitation, what do you actually ask them? Or you want to steal oil and the thought of stealing oil has clouded your senses of reasoning and judgment? We've been here as far as we can remember. Our fathers have been doing the same thing even before we are born. Can somebody please tell us what is going on? Or does it mean we actually deserve this? Have we offended the Creator? Something is wrong somewhere. Because you are supposed to see them as criminal that they are. A moment of reflection. When our people are incarcerated, locked up in different dungeons across the zoo called Nigeria, for no reason, and the Fulani herdsmen are working with protection everywhere they go. Can somebody please explain to me? Because it's as simple as ABCD. We actually want to stop this agitation. And to stop this agitation, we want to be sure that we are doing the right thing. And so, Biafrans everywhere you are in the world, consider what we have said. Consider what we have said. And please tell us, do you think there is need for us to go home? Do you think that we should enslave ourselves for them to continue from where they stop? I'll be back in a minute.
Respect to the Most High. Yeah. Biafra, the rising sun. So you hear me now?
Everywhere in the world, Biafrans are fighting for freedom. Freedom, yeah. Biafrans, we know what we want. Biafrans, we know what we need. All we want is Biafra. All we need is Biafra. Our leader have tell us the truth. Now we know who we are. Osaflani is killing Biafra. Yoruba is looking for 10%. The world are keeping silent. They are killing our people.
No more one Nigeria. Your amalgamation is over, man. All we need is Biafra.
I am not saying this because I'm a Biafra, but I'm thinking of the life we lose every time that comes. innocent people, yeah, raping our women, yeah. Who doesn't know about the 10%? Who doesn't know about the oil well? House of Fulani is killing Biafra. Yoruba is looking for 10%. The world are keeping silent. All we want is Biafra. We want to go home, Biafra.
Biafra, land of the rising sun. Bombo clan. It was good and evil and we chose good.
Enegwa is calling Biafra. Anani saying Biafra. Ogoja is saying Biafra. Enegwa is saying Biafra. Urobo is saying Biafra. Shekiri is saying Biafra. We want to go home. We want a freedom. We want to go home.
Of course, at this moment, our lines are open. It is as simple as ABCD. Our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. Our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. Our direct line is 081-221-52971, 081-221-52971. And the special number for the female is 081-288-586-14. Special number for the female once again is 081-288-586-14. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from? Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Because our African left, because I am not going to since over immediately demands our leader at dinner on air. Since I had the maybe I got last course because yeah, boy, and I had the oven honey.
Your complaint is noted.
Okay,
Thank you very much. We must continue. Call on WhatsApp. Are you there? Your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, Mazi George Onibe. Good evening.
Good evening
Mazi
from
Manuel
here.
Izuma. Yes, Mazi. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mazi. Thank you, Mazi. Shall be well with you, Mazi George Onibe. Mazi Onibe, any eyes, anybody, any person, any Biafran, any Yoruba, any misguided Biafran that ever thought or think or plan any evil against you, Mazi, that evil will fall on that person. Mazi, thank you very much for the lectures. Thank you for the educative analysis, everything that you have been giving to us for free. Do you see the reason why we are telling our people that Yorubas are not there for you to tell you anything good or to take you to that heaven you are dreaming for? Mazi, what you just say now is a very, very, because when you look at what is going on in that zoo, I have said, according to our leader, instead of not Biafran to come, let that zoo burn down. Let that zoo disappear. And let, if it's only one man or and woman remaining in Oduduwa land, let them continue to rebuild. If it's only one man remaining in Biafra land, let them continue from there. If it's only one man remaining in Arewa land, let them continue from there. I know that the colonial master want to use Nigeria to do what? To wipe black race, because Nigeria you are seeing today is nothing but a dungeon. Myself, I have been thinking today, Nigeria is, that zoo called Nigeria is only a place where if you complain to government, the so-called government in quote, see what the problem that is this community are having, or see what is bothering you people in this community or in this state, instead of them to go and find out how to solve that issue, they will rather victimize you or even brutally wipe you people away. I have been thinking of this. This place that I am living in France here, only a small community, even less than 1,000, not even 100, just 100,000 people, or even less than, we just come out on the street, even less than, and government will be panicking. Before you know, government, I don't know if you heard of what they call this, their people that normally protest every Saturday. I know how much their government brought on the table and dump and start begging them, start talking, start solving every issue. Here, they are not talking of building a road. They are not talking of electricity. They are not talking of all these complaints that we are giving in the zoo. What they are talking is how to improve your own life, how they can be able to improve their own people's life and make their people comfortable. But in the zoo, we are still talking how to build second Niger bridge, how to build the road, how to build just material things, not even how to empower the youth, how to make life, save lives. So you can see that we are not compatible. Let's say the truth. If it's the hate speech, we must start saying it. We are not compatible. Let everybody go on their own way. That thing that is making them to be afraid that if we go, I don't know what is making them, but Mazi, let me tell you, this thing that Fulanis are doing and Yorubas are doing in that zoo called Nigeria, they are not the ones doing it. They are being used. They are the willing tools. Those people you are seeing there. But we are here. We are here, Mazi. Even though if it's 100 years, we must fight this war. Mazi, when you are sick and you don't, doctor cannot be able, if they can't find the origin of the sickness, that is where the sickness become radical. But when you find out the main sickness that is holding you down, according to my leader, you do what? Either you cut it off or you cure it directly and be free once. So this is all what I have to say this night, Mazi.
Thank you very much.
I really appreciate you, Mazi. You are very, very wonderful. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide you and protect you. It shall be well with you, Mazi. They will. Our people must understand.
It is as simple as ABCD. Let us sit back and begin to think what our leader thought. Begin to reflect on why he did what he did. I was discussing with somebody about our leader today, because we were talking about our monarchs that are sincere, our monarchs that are the true monarchs, And something came to my mind. Every king that stood to defend Biafra land, God have undermined them. I told the person, I said, God, don't make mistake. When we tell you about going back to our roots, people do not understand certain things. When the children of Israel were in Egypt, God told them that 400 years time he will free them. 410 years later, they were still slaves. 420 years later, they were still slaves. Most of them left, but few remain. And 430 years later, the family of Levites, their faith was strong in the Creator. They knew that even though another 400 years has to pass, they will certainly leave Egypt. And from the tribe of Levi, in the heart of Amred and Yoshua, God saw fit and planted a seed called Moses, who would be the deliverer of the people. And I told that person, having studied our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he is not a coincidence. He was prepared. Ojukwu fought against so many nations of the world, trying to defend Biafra nation. And I can tell you that 3 years on, he was not willing to give up. The last outpost where he stood to defend Biafra is called Ojukwu Bunker in Umuahia. Ojukwu Bunker is less than half kilometer behind the building of our leader's father in Afari Beku. Ojukwu Bunker is just the compound of Afari Beku. That was Ojukwu last defense outpost before he went into exile, that we might be alive today. And I begin to draw the relationship. And I understand that our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his father has had the freedom of our people in his heart. God found faith in the heart of this man. And he planted the seed that would be the deliverer, that shall be the deliverer of the Biafran people in the heart of Uku Kanu and Sile. Lolo. Our mother, we are still mourning. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is not coincident that he didn't come from any other place in Abia State. He came from backyard of Ojukwu Bunker. And today, I think the house of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, remains the only palace that is close to the government house. Most of you will not know that the ancestors of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, owns the very piece of land where they built the government house of Abia State. But they will never tie the road. But behold, faith was born in the heart of these people. And there our leader came. It could not be coincidence. You may not know that. You may not understand that. But we understand the timing like the children of Issachar. And I tell you, this is the time. But for those of you who are not spiritually inclined, you cannot read the time. Just answer those questions and say, yes, it is good. Let them do it to us. And then we'll all go to sleep. And maybe one day we open our eyes and then we see ourselves in heaven. And then like a pillar, we worship the Creator for all eternity. But I tell you, until then, we need to be convinced. Kola and WhatsApp, are you still there?
Wow. Good evening. My name is, well done, you'll be alive to see Biafra. You're a good man. Only this thing you are digging out to refresh our minds. Chukwu Abiyama will bless you. My name is Simon and we're calling from Almeria, Spain. I'm from Omakison in Njaba, Imo, Biafra land. Chukwu Abiyama bless every IPOB family members all over the world. May he bless our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, wherever he is. May he bless our deputy leader. May the mother that gave birth to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, may the womb be blessed. May the family be blessed. May the kingdom be blessed for giving us that son. Thank you for pointing out all these things. Let me go back to your topic before I can say what I want to say. He asks a question, can somebody tell you why our roads are not being built, and a new one cannot construct, and nothing good will come there. It is a policy. It is a policy. It is written in this area. Nothing good will come out over there. The people there doesn't matter. Just what is on below them is what they need. They will kill them and take over the land. That is the plan. Let me tell you my experience I have with Nigerian evil government and the Fulanis, evil cabals, and the slave masters. Because some people asked me, some people thought I have lost since 2014 when I decide, when Chukwu Okike Abiyama made me to remember why I was giving birth to this earth when I met our leader. You see, Mazi Onibe, if our people will open their eyes to think out of the box, to see the plan, since the creation of Nigeria, since the evil people, the colonial master, British evil government know who we are as a people, as God's own choosing children, Biafrans, they never let us to be. Every plan is how to destroy us. Everything is how to kill, how to maim us. Our people should know that except IPOB, oh God, there is still, have any of you come across what they call Lugar report? I don't know if some of you have ever gone and see some secret file, what it was created. Even that Nigeria was not created for anything good. It was created for satanic purpose. Lugar said it. He said it in his report. Sometimes if you listen to the interviews of colonial masters, some of the administrative there, they use the
colonial terrorists. They don't master anybody. They are terrorists.
You know, when you look at it, you hear their confession and you see why, what did we do? But that is why I am doing what I'm doing. And that is why IPOB is doing what he's doing. And that is why our leader is doing what he's doing. And that is why we followed him. That is why we are going to follow him until Biafra is restored, because this is appointed time. The word of God must fulfill. And there is nothing anybody can do it. I am using this opportunity to thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama for answering my prayer and making me to know that he's the one that brought out this struggle and brought our leader. I thank him for his life. I don't ask any other thing. I don't ask Chukwu Okike Abiyama any other thing. So every day I come and bless him, look up and look down, because he promised me that Biafra must be restored in my own lifetime. Let me tell you something to talk about our leader. Because I don't say God tell me. God never tell me anything. Because no eye shall see God and be alive. You see that kingdom, that their place. When I met our leader, I saw him first time, because some people don't know that this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was the one Nigerianist. Sometime he was championing how to make our people to be free. I met him, I think around 26 or 27 in UK when they were doing protests. I saw their flag under Nigeria, so not knowing, that is when he was campaigning for P2B. But that time he had one post in Apgal. It's later I know this. But when I hear his voice, I think, am I still coming on air? Because the thing cut. So if I'm, let me see continue. Let me round it up. Let me round it up. So until the first day I listened to Radio Biafra, my mind telling me it might be him, because some people say he talk like you, he do like you. Just listen to him one day. The people are still living witness in Amsterdam till date. Some of them are still IPO. 3 of them, they were 3. 2 of them they are still IPOB members. Some I don't know where they are now. They say, can you just listen to him? because this Biafra something. There is a question Ojukwu asks, because I start seeing those men as young age. He asks this what is his name? Our former senior brother, the estate developers, our leader always call them. Don't call anybody name anymore because they don't want to mention their name in this holy platform. There was a meeting one day. Our late general asks, "Are you the one from Umuahia?" I don't know. Some people might not. He asked this man, "Are you the one from Umuahia?" Before he start giving him support. As a young man, as a young boy, because I like to know things. Because anything Biafra, that's the only thing that calmed me down when I knew that I lost my mom. He asked, "Are you the one coming from Umuahia?" He said yes. That is why Ojukwu start supporting this estate developer before he come out on the road and betray us, because he did not know that he will go to prison. He was not prepared. And you know Igbo people, you know our people, we know how to betray, we know how to abandon our people when they're in problem.
Not all of them, some of them.
Not all of them. It's only IPOB
Very much.
that made me to know that is it. Again, let me, before I round up, please, our people, let me still say this thing, because 2015, 2016, 2017, I know when... Yeah, just I know what they call us, because Nigeria. Because Nigeria know how to buy people up. If you watch what is going on with Showorek and Deji and the rest of them, this is how Nigeria do, because it can come out like this. They just carry bag of money, put in your boot, just for to bribe, to sell, for you to abandon what you're doing. But I thank some of them, some courageous ones that are waking up now, know that Nigeria is being controlled by Saudi Arabia, and Nigeria have been Islamized the way you guys don't know. Hate speech, if you talk, they go hang you. Imagine this is the country, people that want me to be in one Nigeria for them. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Oh, hey,
Biafra. We are waiting for them. That is just it. Our people must remain focused. We are not here to conquer anybody. We are not here to take that which belongs to anybody. It is our right to self-determination, and there is no negotiation on that. It is our right to civil disobedience. At the right time, after Nigeria has successfully initiated this state of anarchy, we will make them understand that we are the children of our Father, and there is nothing they can do about it. Biafrans must understand we are going home. Call on WhatsApp. Your name and where are you calling from? Call on WhatsApp. Call on WhatsApp. Are you there? Can you hear me? Call on WhatsApp.
Yes, I can hear you.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Mazio, good evening.
Good evening,
morning. For wherever you are, Biafra all over the world. Good afternoon and good morning everywhere. May God bless our leader Mazin Nandekano. May God bless Ushemofo. May God protect the Mazin. May God protect you and keep you alive until we restore Biafra in our time. My name is Mr. Chukwudi. I'm calling all the way from Switzerland. I'm from Oka Province, Biafran land. Well, Mazuni, but this is your question. This is why those, you know, there is one of message our leader I'm listening to. He says all Nigerian politicians, all so-called intellectuals and the opinion molders and Ohanese, he called all of them to stay one side. He will stay one side for a debate. He said he gave them 20 minutes only. All of them will run away. And all of them, no one, they refuse to come to the debate. And this is where they are running. They don't want to question like this. This is a difficult question, hard question. Nobody have answer to this your question, because Nigeria was built on force and flood foundation. So it's built Connie way. So it's not built to tell the truth. Anybody, if you ask Yoruba man this question, he will become angry and run away. If you ask Pastor Tunde Bakara this question, he will become angry and go his way. If you ask it to Kumuyi and Adebayo, none of them can give answer to all these questions you asked. If you ask this question to Hanese or to so-called Biafran governors, Fulani slave, they cannot give answer. No one have answer for these questions. Everybody is running for these questions. Still, they are perambulating, forcing us to remain in one Nigeria. So, well, my answer to your question is Nigeria is force and flawed. Nigeria is not a nation, totally of a country. This is the answer I want to give you. This is why all these things have not been done. Thank you and God bless you. And God keep us alive.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Goodbye.
You see. And so for those who are still wondering, who are still asking questions, who still looking for reasons why we should be doing what we are doing, and please, I want you to pause a little bit. You cross-examine this issue. Let there be a moment of silver reflection. And if you think what we are doing is still wrong, and then you come out and let us know. But until then, hold your peace. Your caller on WhatsApp, are you there, please?
Yeah, I'm here, Mazi George Onyebe. Good evening.
Good evening, my brother. Go ahead, please. I'm wonderful. I'm cool. Go ahead, please. The world is listening.
My name is Chikeluom Obuana. I'm popularly known as Uzoka. I'm from Umudioka village, Oka, in Biafra land. I serve indigenous people of Biafra in the capacity as the Southeast of England regional coordinator. Fellow Biafrans, this announcement is for those of us residing here in the Southeast of England. There will be evangelism of indigenous people of Biafra on Saturday, being the 16th of November, tomorrow. The time for this very evangelism is 12 noon. Venue, Elephant and Castro. Buses to Elephant and Castro as follows: 53, bus 453, bus 1, bus 63, bus 168, bus 172, bus 188, bus 363, bus 41, bus 155, bus 196, bus 333, bus 415, or bus 40, bus 45, bus 12, bus 68, bus 148, bus 171, bus 176, and bus 468. Please, for those of us coming with underground, take Bekelu line or Northern line. Stop at Elephant and Castro station. For more information, please contact Nwada Chizoba Osakwe, the London PRO, on 077 404 96922. I repeat, 077 404 96922 or 074 057 26345. I repeat, 074 0572 6345. Or you can contact Mazi Rob Ukuru on 075 08 447 530. Again, 075 08 447 530. Or you can contact Mazi Emeki Kanyong, UK Financial Secretary, on 078 539 13840. Again, 078 539 13840. You can also contact myself on 079-441-90688. Also, you can follow us on London. You can follow us on Twitter, IPOB/London. In the hands of Chukwu Okike Abiama, we commit Biafran restoration. Also, please, for those of us residing or coming from outside London, for instance, Luton, Hove, Brighton, and so on and so forth, please, if you are missing your way, just jump on any underground, come out of Elephant and Castle Station, in front of the roundabout. That is where the venue is, where we're going to congregate. By 12 noon, we start the evangelism. Fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, come out and fight for your freedom, because Biafra restoration is so dead in heaven. May Chukwu Okike Abiama bless each and every one of us. He said, thank you, Mazi George Onyibe, the African rep. You are blessed.
Thank you, my brother. We must continue from there. Biafrans across the globe must understand that there is need for us to go home. The enemy makes it look as if there is no need for us to do what we are doing. But I can assure you, if we truly value the next generation of Biafrans, if their life ever mean anything to us, this is the time we must answer this question. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
Hello?
Yes, good evening
Hello?
from here.
Good evening.
Go ahead, please.
My brother. Good evening, sir.
Go ahead, my brother.
My name is Godi Onoha. I'm calling you from Aba. I'm a member of Shopping Center Zone. So come over because I'm speaking in my dialect. As you move here, the Shopping Center Zone mean add for me. Esimu amonye mbitolu. Anya mukorodo in mbitolu LGA. Imo State, Biafra land. Bukan ma bonda mukorodo nine. Ka hapụta na this struggle. Ka ha bịa gosa na ma n'olu ha. Ofu onye nna n'olu ya bụ Collins Nwadike from Port Harcourt, Igweọcha. Ana m ekele ya, ọ na-agbalị. Maazị Collins Nwadike, onye amụkwu obodo Autonomous Community, ana m ekele nke ọma. Buka ana m arịọ ndị amụkwu obodo niile, ma ndị nọ n'Aba ma ndị nọ n'ụlọ. Ha jisi ike pụta na struggle a. Ana m ala ka m na n'olu ha, otu m si n'olu ndị ọzọ. Na-ekelekwe ndị shopping center, na-ekele ndị IPOB niile. Ha jisi ike n'ọsọ a, o ruru na njedebe. Onye nwaanyị ga-agba anya ikpe mme. Na-ekelekwe Mahara Dike bụ nna ikwu, bụ Director Nnamdi Kalu. Na-ekelekwe Uche Mefo, and go onwe gị ụjọ ọjọọ ndị bụ onye nwaanyị ga-agba gị ume. Enweghị ihe ga-eme gị, ndezi anya ha ga-eri ebe nọ. Ị ga na-aga na-abata. Ọsọ nọ n'ọnụ agụ. Onye ga-eme gị, onye nwaanyị ga-echekwado gị ka ọ pụghị na mbata gị. Ka m kelee. O teele mkpọ ntara line a, ya my first time. Ọ naghị aga, ọ na-adaba. Ịhụ my call, eruole 300 and ebe m na-akpọ. Ọkwa na azụmọdụ nrichebụ. Ana m ekele ndị IPOB memba niile. Onye ọbụla jisi ike. Anyị niile dị kaadị n'onye. N'ọha abụọ na njedebe. Onye nwa ga-eweta n'aha Chukwu Okike Abiama, my prayer. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you, my director. Thank you, my able rep.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Like I said earlier, our people must not forget. Our leader will be coming on air tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. Biafran time. We are Biafrans and we remain Biafrans. We are not negotiating about that. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from? Of course. Caller on the female line, your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Ada. Go ahead, please.
My name is Ngozi Bashi. Good evening, sir.
Go ahead.
Good evening, sir. My name is Ngozi Bashi. My name is Ngozi Bashi. I come from Ohafia. I come from Ohafia.
I would advise you to move away from your radio set or lower your radio set.
Okay.
Move away from your radio set or lower your radio. Move away from your radio.
I've been trying this number since some weeks ago. So it's not easy.
Go ahead.
Okay. My topic is this night is the revelation of my Savior. And the angel of the Savior. It was 2008. The revelation to me, but I refuse to go it. I refuse to do what God has me to do. So I will speak with the voice of the angel. Ndị anyị ana m ekele unu. Ana m asị onye ọbụla nọ ihe ọbụla onye ọbụla na-eme bịa nso bịa nụrụ ozi ọma nke ihe nzọpụta anyị. Ozi ọma a bịara
We lost that caller, but we must continue. Yes, a caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me?
Yes.
Good evening, yes, of course. Go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, Mazenide. Good evening. Mazenide, I just want to contribute something towards your topic this evening. Very, very important. It's a question you throw to everybody. Everybody, let them answer the question. But one thing I want to contribute, to start with, sorry. My name is Amaka Ndibe. I'm from Nguku, Biafra land. What I want to contribute towards this is that Muslim is part of their religion. You understand? Because they will keep on telling you, oh, Muslim is a peaceful religion. It's not true. Whoever that is peaceful will not be broadcasting it. By their fruit you shall know them. How can you say it's a peaceful? If you read the history of Muhammad, when he goes in a place that he doesn't have a lot of people, a lot of Muslim people, it will be peaceful. As soon as he gets members, he become violent. That is in their culture. So there is nothing. They are publishing Southern East because we are all Christians, and they don't want anything good to come out from that place. We are infidel. You just imagine. And people killing without a iota of human feelings in them. They are all animals. They are just killing. And you see them rejoicing. They will tell you, yeah, oh my goodness. Who mentality these people will? Even our people, our governor that support this evil. That support this evil. Total mentality, how can somebody kill and 10 virgin is waiting for you somewhere else, or 70-something virgin is waiting for you? Can you check all over the world? Can you tell me one single country they say that these people they are Christian fighting Christian, or Hindu fighting Hindu, or Buddhist fighting Buddhist? No. Instead, it's Muslim fighting Muslim, Muslim fighting Buddhist. The Muslim, they don't believe that Israel will live, that they will not exist. Some Muslim
even fight Muhammad and Allah. Mad people.
Exactly. Tell me, can you tell me the problem we are having in the whole world today is Muslim? It's Muslim. Let's call a spade a spade. Can you tell me which which people will say that these people will not live? That these people will not live. Who do you have the right to give life? Do you have right to give life in the first place? So they are doing it intentionally. It's part of their religion. They will be intimidate you in all means. It's what Mohammed did. He will go and collect money from the infidel, publish them in order for them to live well. If in their Quran, for those who didn't know, let them study it and see, or even go to YouTube and they will see the ex-Muslim. If you leave the religion, you are killed. You will be killed. That is their religion. Oh my goodness. What a bondage. Anyway, all I'm trying to say, those people, that land belongs to us. It belongs to us. It doesn't belong to them. Anywhere, anything they are doing, na the whole Biafra land, they will not take it. They are just dreaming. Saudi Arabia, they will not bring their religion in our Biafra land. Let them hear it now. Thank you, and God bless you. My remain blessed. You are doing very well.
Thank you. God is faithful. But all this truth are hate speech because you tell them the truth. But they don't know what is coming for them, believe me. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from? Good evening. Go ahead, please.
Thank you. God have bless you, my brother, if you can hear me. This is Biafra calling from Biafra land. And don't forget that I'm from Ebonyi State. Ebonyi State is Biafra land also. Can you hear me? Thank you, my brother. I see you all over the world. I greet the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazen Nandekano, Wasineke. He has come to open our eyes. The Zoo are crying, the Zoo media, they are crying. But they are crying is not enough. Even now, they are talking about hate speech. But we see as them. We are talking about hate speech. Even Guaria says, if you don't win a 2015 election, that the monkeys and baboons are going to be soaked during the time of good luck. And the child rape is Guaria, of course. Guaria has been buried for Saudi Arabia. The Supreme is there now. The same the child rape is, he also said that if he did not win a 2015 election as well, that is he going to make good luck very Jonathan ungovernable. And he did it. So I don't know, even 85 for this current 2019 election that they did in the 85 come out to issue the threat for foreign observers for British people who want to come and observe the election in the zoo. He issued a threat, 85 issued a threat that if the foreign observers put an eye on the election, that they are going to go in pulling back. They are going to kill them and put them in pulling back. But the British people, even the world at large, they relax. They keep on afraid because Biafra they have not carried any arm. I believe that British, when Biafra carry arms, that you people are going to suffer as well. Because look at right now, they are killing us on daily basis in our land. When we protest, ordinary peaceful protest, which happened in the British, you people also protest in your line. Your citizens will not be killed. But in the zoo, called Nigeria, that you people are magnanas, if we protest, the zoo will kill us. And they also told us not to talk. Look at Fulani people killing our people, raping our people. But they are saying that we shouldn't complain that it is hate speech. But they are telling us that we are democracy. Look, British, Queen of England, you people put us for democracy, but during the time of you people put us for the democracy, say that you are democracy. This man from Yoruba, Fela Kuti from Yoruba, he speak, and the zoo kill him. And you know how you people tell
Of course, that is Zoo Epileptic Network, but we must continue. Caller, what's up? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Good evening from here. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Please.
Yeah, good morning from here. I just want to thank you, Mazonyibe. And to thank my sister that just called. I'm very, very happy right now because I haven't heard anybody call from Enugu, Biafra land, Anambra before, but I had her now and I was very, very happy for that. Mazonyibe, anybody that is still thinking about one Nigeria is an evil person. Any human being that ever open his mouth and still thinking about one Nigeria is a devilish man. Because what are you thinking about one Nigeria? They post everything just to silence us, Biafran people. Hate speech. Hate speech. Hate speech. You are killing someone. You don't expect that person to shout. You are raping people. You don't expect them to say what they are doing. They want to cover it up. You know, they are directed it to us. There's nobody they targeted. They targeted this on
their mouth. From their mouth,
you know?
God has declared judgment against them. From their mouth, God has declared judgment against them. Anybody that is projecting hate speech and has ever used hate speech for Nigeria, original hate speech, they shall die in the spiritual gallows. Even before they build that physical one, they are all dead already. They don't know what they are in.
Can you imagine?
Stupid people.
Can you imagine?
Very hopeless animals.
Trying to intimidate. Trying to intimidate people for nothing. Are we even we are still in the zoo? Why we are not in the zoo? How will somebody in a democratic government initiate hate speech? For what? Any government that is trying to don't want to criticize that government doesn't mean well for the people. Because without challenge, no government will go up. When you do well, they tell you do well. If you don't do well, people have to complain. Then they want to silence everybody. And they put it on us to kill Biafrans. But they don't know that we come from God direct. Everything they are trying to do to us must go back to them. They will hang themselves before they reach to us. And we can never be hanged. Biafra will be here and we will inherit our country and we will live there peacefully and show the people example, the kind of people we are. Any other person that among us still thinking of one Nigeria or compromise by taking anything, will punish that person. The land of Biafra, the day the person will step there, epilepsy will hit that person. Because they don't really know who they are. If anybody understands what Biafra means and who they are, they will wake up straight. The whole world knows us. The whole world knows us. Look at South Korea where we are. They know themselves. They are one. There's nobody that will try to tell them what nobody should complain. You must complain. When you complain, that is government. They're directed to kill us Biafrans. God will punish them one after another. I'm just begging everybody that is a Biafra, that you know that you come any part of Biafra, please find one place, one unit, and join and know what is going on. That's what I want to beg them to do. That's the only thing. Biafra is the only thing that will save us. Biafra is the only thing that will keep us alive in this world. Apart from that, there's nothing we can be proud of. Thank you, Mazonyibe. May God bless you.
And you too, my brother.
Oh, hey, Biafra.
Oh, hey, Biafra. And hopefully this is where we draw the curtain for this evening segment. I must appreciate those of you who were able to call in. Sincere apology to those that cannot take their call in. But understand, we do not have any intention of changing our destination. It is Biafra or Biafra. There's no two ways about that. Biafrans remain focused. If you are yet to join IPOB, if you are not yet in this arc, I want to advise you, make sure you do that. Make sure you do that. Of course, our leader will be on air tomorrow evening, Biafran time, 7 p.m. Goodbye and God bless.
I wanna talk about a man who loves Biafra. I wanna talk about a man who is a hero. I wanna talk about a man who has Biafra at heart. Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu, I can see you, you are a godsend. Nnamdi Kanu, you are a hero to our world. You made a footstep, you are a great man. You did a great work, you made a full speech, you are a great man. Oh, double keep on. Nnamdi Kanu, you are the one. You read history like a man. Nnamdi Kanu, you are the one. You broke history like a man. Nnamdi Kanu, you are the one we are talking about. You are the hero of our land. You made us to understand the history of the world. You made us to understand you are leader. I want to know you. You are a strong man. I want to know you. You are a strong man. One man sport over all. One man sport all over the world. Yeah, from man, the lion who is in the Zion. Nnamdi Kanu, you are the one. When I hear your voice, it makes me stronger. Yeah. When I hear your voice, I see the enemies trembling. Yeah. When I hear your voice, I see the Biafran stronger. The people in the Zion, everybody raise their hands for the hero. Hey, Nnamdi Kanu, you are a godsend to a land. You set the trap, the zoo from inside it. You set the trap, you had emotion. You rise your voice, yeah, you say it so strong. When you speak out loud, the outside is confused. The Yoruba man is confused. The zoo is in confusion. You are a true Biafran son. When I look at you, I see other people you. Nnamdi Kanu, I see the spirit of death in you. Move on, move on, move on. We are right beside you. We are in your left and your right and your back and your front. We are with you, our brother. Cause you make us stronger. Have you seen a Biafran? Seen a Biafran man?